not too great. So where are you guys from? If you're just coming into the room, let me know where you're from in the chat box. And I am so excited for this webinar. We are starting in just a minute, and I've never been as excited. We got Abdul Majid from Iran. Wow, all the way from Iran. That's beautiful. We got Robert from Texas. We got someone from Portugal, where I'm living at the moment. Well, I'm actually in London for the moment. I was just here for a wedding. So welcome to the room. We're going to be starting in just 1 minute now. And this webinar is going to be all about the timeline. If you've been seeing the emails, that's how you've probably found this webinar. And I might take a pause every once in a while to have a little sip of water because my throat is a little bit shot. So welcome to the webinar if you're just coming in. We got Ernest, hey Ernest, from San Antonio. We got some people from Texas here, which is awesome. I think it's quite early in the US. What time is it in the US right now? Let me know if you can see the screen as well, and you can see the webinar starting soon screen, just to make sure it's okay. All right. Welcome everybody who's just come in. We're about to start the webinar, so let's dive right into it, okay? Today, we're going to discover the exact timeline that we follow to get your first £3,000 on Amazon. It's just a small amount, but that's how we're going to get started. And we're going to get your first product up as a total beginner in just 8 weeks by following this step-by-step Amazon timeline. The truth is, retail is dying. Stores are closing at record highs. JCPenney closed 138 stores this year. Toys R Us closed 738 stores, and Best Buy closed 250 stores. Walgreens closing 600 stores. Sears, which you probably saw on the slide before, they also own Kmart, closing 300 stores. Retail is dying, and it's getting so bad that Investopedia said that 2018 is the year of retail bankruptcies, and I'm sure that you've seen this. Meanwhile, Amazon is the only one that is opening more stores. Check this out from MWPVL International. They do research, the Amazon Global Fulfillment Center Network. It said that future facilities 43 and future facilities in total for Amazon are 64. Global total 84 new facilities for Amazon. Now, Amazon fulfillment centers, they're projected to have 420 fulfillment centers by 2020. And over 50% of the US is already close enough to a fulfillment center for same-day delivery. So while you can see retail is dying, Amazon is growing. So will the real Prime members please stand up? Who's got Prime up in here? If any of you know the Eminem song, will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Will the real Prime members please stand up? Who's got Prime up in here? We got Robert, who probably has Prime. Who has Prime up in here? I know I certainly do. Let me give you some Prime facts. Amazon Prime grows by 49% year over year. More Amazon customers in the US have a Prime membership than do not. 56% of Prime memberships. Now, that's actually gone to 64% on the last one, but these were old facts that I found. So it's constantly growing. Average Amazon Prime member spends $1,300 per year. And I've also seen that people said it's over $2,000. But the only way to actually get to them is to use something called Fulfillment by Amazon, what we cool kids are calling FBA for short. So who's heard of FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon? We've got Clive, he's got Amazon Prime. Ernest, awesome. Now, how big is Amazon? Well, at least 49% of all the money spent online goes to Amazon. It's almost unbelievable that that's true. Amazon are the second ever to become a $1 trillion company after Apple. Now, if you look at this, how big is actually Amazon? You can see the top 10 US companies ranked by e-commerce. I mean, look at this. Amazon dwarfs eBay, Apple, Walmart, Home Depot, Best Buy, all of these combined, and just in market value as of December 30th, 2016, Amazon is bigger than all of these other massive retailers combined. That Amazon is so big, it boggles the mind. So if you're trying to make money online without tapping into Amazon Prime members, without using the one-click purchasing that Amazon still have the patent on, if you're not using the 2-day free shipping that Amazon offer and the high level of trust it is stupidly hard to make money online if you're not using this. And it just keeps getting bigger. Look at the annual revenue growth for Amazon is just ridiculous how much it's growing. And today, me and Shimmy, who is here in the chat as well, we are here to help you cash in. So I want you to say it right now. Say, I'm going to make money on Amazon. I want you to actually declare it out loud right now. Tell me in the chat, say it to your wife, say it to your dog, say it to the wall, say, I'm going to make money on Amazon. Or just say it in your head even if you don't want to say it out loud, but say it, I'm going to make money on Amazon. And tell me, how does that feel? How does it feel declaring that you're going to be making money on Amazon? Exactly. It's an amazing feeling and something that we've got, but there's obstacles that get in the way. And I'm sure if you've just said it, you probably are feeling those obstacles right now. The first big obstacle is money. And this is something a student we had who, her name is Annie. This is something, a problem she had, that she didn't have enough money to get started. And here she is with £6,000 per month, which was double what she had when she was starting. Barry Burnett says, I'm going to make money on Amazon. Awesome. This is a big problem, money. Now, the real issue is not money. There's deeper excuses going on there, because I guarantee you, if you needed to pull the money together to start this business, you would be able to do it. If you had to pull the money together to perform a life-saving operation for yourself or for someone you love, I guarantee you would do it. You would not just say, oh, I don't have enough money, I can't afford it, I'm going to let them die, or I'm going to die myself. So money is a huge obstacle, but it's just a surface level excuse. Another big issue is time, okay? And this is something that our student Barney didn't have anything of. He has a family of 4 kids. He had full-time jobs going into this. He didn't have any time, but here he is with £55,000 per month on Amazon. Now, time is a great excuse, but what usually happens is that you're doing a lot of other things at the same time. So, for example, you may be trying to learn other courses, or you may be doing some sort of home study thing, or you may be spending too long doing something else. Sorry, let's go back to this. And really, the thing about time is you want to remove something that's not working and replace it with making money on Amazon. So you do have the time, you just need to find it. You could also wake up 15 minutes early or go to sleep 15 minutes later, and in that time, you'd be able to build this business. So what about ability? This is something that Kay Stewart had a problem with. She was very, very stuck. She was almost a cave woman. She didn't know how to use Amazon at all. But when she came into our group, she learned the skills of building an Amazon business. And because, we were so helpful and we answered her emails, as she's saying here, you can actually learn the skills. If you think about it, you didn't know how to walk at one point. You didn't know how to talk at one point. You didn't even know how to go to the bathroom on your own. And here you are right now doing all of that stuff. So ability is something you develop. It's not something that is an obstacle. Okay, now what about confusion? This is something that Bobby Singh had. He had a lot of questions at first. And here he is making his first organic sale and thanking us for helping him to get that. And confusion is also something that you get over with a roadmap and a timeline, something we're going to cover in this webinar today, okay? Fear is another huge obstacle, and this is actually an obstacle that underlies all other obstacles, because when you get to the root of it, you can pull together the money, you can make the time, you can learn the abilities, you can overcome your confusion, but if you can't get over fear, then you're not going to get anywhere in life. And that's why you get people going into old age, 60, 70 years old, and they're still broke. That's why you get people dying with the regrets of never having traveled because they could never afford it. Now, the way you get over fear and to achieve results like you see here is to make your why bigger than the fear that is holding you back. So think about your why. What are your reasons for doing this? And that is going to be greater than your fear. And we'll overcome your fear later on in this webinar, but these are the big obstacles. And we're going to get through them in this webinar with the process. So the process is a 3-month timeline to your first 3K on Amazon. And that is what we're going to do today. The first month and the first stage is the investing stage. The next is the build stage. And the final stage in the process is the grow stage. Now, for us, it started very, very slow. Me and Shimmy, we both started working online right out of high school, but I had to take a job stacking shelves in a supermarket, and Shimmy sold bits here and there on eBay just to get by, because it's really hard to start doing an Amazon business. It's start to make an online business, and it's hard to make money online in general. Fast forward a whole bunch of years, and here we've got over 400K just from Amazon. So this is absolutely huge. You can see we've sold over 30,000 units, and nothing beats Amazon, and private label is the best way to sell on Amazon. So tell me for a second, what's the difference between these two products right here? They're both yoga balls. Now, what's the difference? If you guessed that right, the difference is the logo, and that is the label, the private label. That's the only thing that is different, except for a few packaging details, and that's what private label is. So to put it simply, when you go into Walmart or Argos or any similar superstore, most products are not theirs. They don't own the product. Some are, but most are not. Now, do Walmart or Costco or Argos, they stack their own products on the shelves? Well, yes, some, but most products are actually other people's products that just have a private label on them, a unique label, and that's all it is. So I want you to say it right now. I have my very own line of products on Amazon. Now, how does that feel? Now, I personally can say that. I can say that because me and Shimmy, we have our own line of products on Amazon. And if we got students in the room, they can also say it. But I want you guys to declare it right now. Say, I have my own line of products on Amazon. Let me know how that feels. I want you to declare it today. Now, remember, learning, you're here to learn, you're here to grow. So just as a side point, you have to take part. It's called active learning. And if you don't take action with learning, then you actually won't learn anything. You'll forget it all in 48 hours and 72 hours. So say it out to the wall, declare it to the world, say it to your wife, say it to your kids, say it to your pen, say it to your hand, or just say it in your head, scream it inside of your head. Say it, I have my very own line of products on Amazon, and really feel it and tell me, how does that feel? Now, this process, it works from anywhere in the world that you have a Wi-Fi connection. Amazon picks, packs, and ships your orders and does customer support for you. And of course, Prime members get the same day free shipping, to the point where you can be earning $10,000 per month, $15,000 per month, or any number in between and above. Just having some water here. Again, my throat is a little bit stuck, so I'm going to have some sips as we go. Now, Amazon pays you direct to your bank, and the feeling of profits coming directly into your bank is incredible. It's really, really powerful. You'll actually become addicted to checking sales and opening your emails from Amazon saying, we initiated a transfer to your bank account. This is one of our favorite emails we get from Amazon, and trust me when I say this, you're going to love getting that email. So what you're going to learn today is the 1 to 3 months broken down in our unique timeline. You're going to learn how to get set up in just 8 weeks. You're going to learn our secret to finding a winning product. And you're going to learn a supplier email template to copy and paste so you can easily source products. And finally, a ranking technique to fly up the rank in days. So who's ready to dive into the timeline? Barry says, oh my God, awesome. Let me know in the chat box if you're excited to learn what we've got for you in this webinar. Just to go over it again, we got all this awesome stuff coming up in the webinar. Yes, we're going to cover a lot today, but we are here to learn, and I want you guys to take action, respond to my questions, talk to me in the chat. I'm here for you live, so that's what's fun about this. So who's ready to dive in? Awesome. Now, the timeline is the best way to learn and take action on something. Now, the best way to take action on something is to have a roadmap or a timeline. That is the best way to learn. It actually makes this process easy and fun to implement because you'll know that you're going in the right direction. We spent the last 4 years building this timeline and sharing it with students who have gone on to make 5 figures or more per month. Miguel says, I'm always ready. Jan says, I'm excited. Awesome. Now, this is the timeline. So check this out. We're going to stay on this page for a little bit and go through it. The first stage, of course, is invest. The second month, of course, is build. And the third month is to grow. So the invest stage, you start with training, and that's something that you're getting on this webinar today. You've also got to the research phase in this first month and the supplier stage. And you can see that you start over here at 0. If you can see my mouse, I'm right here at 0, okay? And then you invest in training and you invest in the supplier, because after you do research, you invest in your inventory. So you drop down. And that's where you go into the minus a little bit, and that's where your investment starts. In the build stage, you're building your Amazon page and you're building out your first few sales. And that's where you're building your Amazon page and your money starts to go up. You can see here, you've got 0 down here and you've got 3K up here. So your money starts to go up until you're back to 0. And then in the third month, you start to scale your sales. You scale them, and then you have to reinvest. So you buy more inventory. So that's your next investment. And you can see this investment at the beginning in month 1 is very low because one, you've got training, but you also start with a small amount. But here you can invest in a lot of inventory so that the next stage you scale your sales and shoot up. So that is the timeline, and we are going to break it down. Robert says, I'm ready as well. Awesome. So we're going to break down this timeline. Is this making sense so far, though? Let me know, guys, if this sounds like a process you can follow. 3-month process. Do you think you could follow it? Do you think it would be easier if I broke this down for you right now? And finally, are you ready to take action today by learning this stuff? Barry says absolutely. Robert says yes. So good. I'm glad this is making sense. Let me know in the comments, guys, that this is making sense. I want to make sure that you guys are on board so that in the future, if it's not working, I can make it better. Now, we want the best for you, okay? So we're going to use this better timeline that we built for you. So the first thing is the training. We've obviously got a training called Azon University, but you can get training just from things like this webinar alone or YouTube or things like that. But obviously our training is the best way to start this timeline. Then we're going to talk about the research. I'm going to tell you 3 steps to find winners, and then we're going to go into the supplier, and I'm going to give you an easy copy-paste supplier system. So the training is our Azon U 6-week program. It follows this exact timeline, and that's why we're going to start this. Without the Azon U training, I can't guarantee that this timeline will work. So we're just going to assume that you're in the training. Many of our students are here. So this is the timeline with the best training. Now let's talk about research. In week 1 of our training, you get the product research section. This is product profits. You learn how to find products in your idea factory, sourcing, keyword research, and stuff like that. Now, the better you are at choosing products, the worse you can be at everything else. Understand that. If you get this part wrong, however, you could do everything else right in the business and achieve little to no success. That is why product research is so important, and it's why we start there, and it's also why getting the right training is so important. If you go at this alone without training, the chances are you will pick the wrong product. And again, if you get this part wrong, everything else you could do right, and you'll still achieve little to no success. So let me tell you the first and most important thing. Your product has to be small and light. This is so crucial. A product like this, these stretchy bands that fit in this tiny little packet, is very small and very light. Unlike this heavy, bulky workout bench, same niche, but very, very different product. The heavy, bulky bench is very, very heavy and big, so it's a no-no. Now, this point is vastly overlooked. And let's look deeper into this point because it's often overlooked and it's the biggest mistake people make when starting out. Let me ask you, which is cheaper to ship, a box of 10 items or the same size box with 200 items? If you guessed right, it's the exact same shipping cost. It's the same size box, right? So if the shipping cost of the 10 large items or the 200 small items is the same, just based on volumetric weight, then which would make the higher profit margin based on just the shipping cost alone, right? Of course, it's the 200 items. Now, what about Amazon's shipping the individual bulky items, each of those 10 bulky items to your customer? Is that more expensive or less expensive, right? So, of course, it's more expensive. You can see that by having small and light items as a first choice will yield much more profit down the line. So just knowing this insider trick puts you ahead of 90% of other sellers who have no idea that this important criteria will mean that they'll have little to no profits in the future. And you can see why this is an example of if you do it wrong from the start, then it's very difficult to make money in the future, even if you get everything else right. So let me know, you're getting excited knowing that with just the first tip that we've just given you right now in this webinar, you're already lining yourself up. You're already lining yourself up for huge profits down the line, right? So let's keep going because we've got a ton of content in this webinar. Now, the price should be £15 to £30, which equates for us £10 profit for every £20 sale. Now, you can actually predict your profit. Now, look at this. If you put in your profit your retail cost of $19.95. You can see right here, I've put the retail cost of $19.95. You can see the profit margin as calculated in the spreadsheet is 52%. And I'll talk to you about how to get this spreadsheet later, but 52% profit margin. So 50% profit margin, does that sound good? Now let's talk about that. What does 50% profit mean? That means that for every £20 sale, you make £10 profit into your pocket. That's after all the costs of the item are paid, after all Amazon fees are paid. That's all, after all fancy packaging and engraved logos and boxing and shipping are all paid up, you get £10 into your pocket for every £20 sale you make on Amazon. Is that making sense? Awesome. Does that sound good? Now, could you technically make 10 sales a day and earn £100 per day based on the profit per product from a single product? Could you then earn £3,000 per month from a single product on Amazon? I mean, that's just math, right? Of course, £100 per day is £3,000 per month. Now, could you do this with 10 products potentially and earn £30,000 on Amazon per month? The answer is a resounding of course. So if you said at the beginning of this webinar, I'm going to make money on Amazon and I own my very own line of products on Amazon, this is the dream that you were creating. Absolutely. Now, if it's not a resounding hell yes to this, then maybe you're not listening. Maybe you're not listening. So listen up, okay? This is what's happening right now with us, our students, and thousands of other sellers on Amazon and across the world. It's actually how the entire retail industry works. But as you know, retail is dying and it's all coming on Amazon and it's up for grabs. And it's exactly how you are going to make profit for your family and your future. Now, if you only knew how much potential, untapped, ready to collect profits you had inside of you right now, if you had any clue, you would probably want to throw up from feeling so sick that you didn't actually make that money yet. Me and Shimi, we spent years working for tiny profits, selling things on eBay, doing Fiverr gigs and little random odd jobs here and there. And who knew that we could just start the process of selling on Amazon and be making £10,000 per month on autopilot while we travel the world, go snowboarding, live in Portugal, which is what I'm doing now, and work on whatever else we wanted. Let's move on. Higher demand, okay? Would you agree that the higher demand an item has, the easier it will sell? Now, would you also agree that the less competition there is, the quicker you can make profit? Well, you'd be right. Now, let's look at the next stage of product research. You want a product to have high demand, and this is where the BSR comes in. It stands for bestseller rank. You can see right here on the page under additional information, this is taken from an Amazon page. It says it's number 774 in sports and outdoors. Now, Amazon have ranked every single product on their website, whether it's the first product or the millionth product, they stick it into a bestseller rank and they rank it. Now, this tells us a lot. This tells us that because it's doing so well, this product could be getting 100 to 300 sales per day. The person who owns this product is making easy millions per year. We know that just based on the BSRs. Amazon tell you the BSR of every product. How cool is that? They tell you this. So you know for a fact if a product has a high demand, and that's how we're going to know that we're researching the right products. We also want to make sure that it has low reviews. So for example, these yoga balls that we looked at before, one of them has 147 reviews, one of them has 52 reviews. We usually go for products that have less than 300 reviews because it tells us that we can actually compete with that product, because we can make the assumption that if a product has low reviews, it's new, it's easy for us to get those reviews, and we can out-review them or out-compete with them, right? So that's how we know the competition is low. Now, you can be actually getting this right. Now, let's assume you are getting this all right. You follow all this criteria and you're able to pick a winning product idea. Your life just got so much easier, hasn't it? I mean, you have a product now that people want, high demand. It guarantees profit because you check the profit tool. And it has little competition, means you can get quick sales. I mean, does that sound good or what? You can guarantee that you'll win by just choosing the right product at first. The only competition that exists is actually between you and your goals. There's no competition on Amazon because competition just tells you that there's demand and there's sales. Sometimes, yes, there's too much competition and you don't want to be going up against big brands, but I'm making a point here. If you're worried about competition, the real competition you have to be worried about is between you and the goals that you have set for yourself. Does that make sense? I hope that's making sense, right? That's the challenge for you. That is the competition that you are going to have to face. Now, can you take action on this? Do you think you can follow these few selection criteria when you look around your house or you scroll through Amazon for ideas, or if in the training you're taking, you're finding ideas? Do you think you can follow these criteria? Let me know in the comments if you think you can actually follow this criteria. And do you think you can come up with a few potential ideas that fit all these criteria? The pricing, the BSR, the competition. Do you think you could find some products that actually fit this? Now, do you believe you now have an advantage over the other sellers who don't actually know any of this stuff? And most of them don't. 95% of sellers don't know this stuff because they just stick a product up on Amazon and that's all they do. So now let's move on. We've got a lot of stuff to cover in this webinar, so let's actually source this product. Sourcing a product means to connect to a manufacturer who can create products for the sole purpose of putting your label on it and branding these products for your business. And this comes to week 2 in the training in Azon News specifically, called Golden Suppliers. You can see we talk about golden communication, getting your first brand, your first order. We give you tasks for every week. And this is where we'll give you in this webinar a tested email template to copy. So this is an email you can actually copy and paste and use to find suppliers. So be ready to take notes or be ready to screenshot because we're going to fly through this. So the template is you start with hello there. You say, my name is Josh from my company, and we're looking to go into this and this product. And we are interested in your product, the blah, blah, blah product. We will start with a test quantity of 100 to 500 units, and you say that for a very important reason, okay? During this test, we'll assess your speed and quality of your product. We'd like to discuss things via phone or Skype, and this is another important point. In order to speed up this process, our Skype contact is whatever that is, and then please provide us with your contact details and we can get started. Thank you so much for your time and consideration. We look forward to hearing from you. Yours sincerely, Josh, my company, and my Skype. So this has a lot of psychology in here, and there's a lot of powerful tips and techniques in here, and it really doesn't get easier than this, guys. I mean, life does not get easier than copy and pasting, and that's what we've given you today. Order, you're spot on. It's about the test, okay? You can just copy this template, and you could email 10 suppliers in the next few days, in the next few minutes, with a few clicks on the mouse, just because you don't have to actually think about what you're going to say. And within a few days, you'll have offers flying in, and you'll already know that your winning product is well on its way to Amazon. I mean, how much easier can it get than giving you that? I mean, that's as easy as it gets. So do you think this is doable? I mean, is this doable for you? Now, does the confusion and overwhelm feel so much? Does this feel like something you can do, copy and pasting a template to suppliers? Could you copy and paste this template and soon be reaching out to manufacturers within a few minutes of finishing this webinar? Could you then technically have suppliers emailing you back within 24 hours with offers to brand your very own private label product to sell on Amazon? The answer is, of course, yes, you can. Now you have your private label winning product idea, and you have offers from suppliers to actually make an order. Now, you may have already ordered your first batch of inventory, and you're ready to start getting sales on Amazon. And this leads us to the second month in our timeline. So we're going through the timeline here, guys. The second month is the build stage. We're going to build the Amazon page and get your first few sales because you've already got the training. You've already researched a good product, and you've got a supplier who sent your product to yourself or to Amazon directly. So let's get the Amazon page and the first sales. Now, let me ask you a question. How does Amazon determine which products appear at the top page for every search performed on Amazon? Let me know in the comments. What do you guys think? How does Amazon determine how they rank the products? Remember, active learning, guys. So let me know in the chat box what you guys think. How do you think Amazon rank your products? This is not a Barry says reviews. Robert says BSR. Miguel says reviews. So actually, a lot of people assume it's reviews, but it's something a little more subtle than that. And it's not even BSR, Robert. That's a byproduct of doing what we're going to show you, okay? So in order to get your Amazon page, you've got to stand out on Amazon, and we'll talk to you about how. And we'll tell you about how to get your first few sales by easily jump starting to quick sales. Imam says the title, Robert says keyword search, Kev says sales velocity. So you guys are very, very close with a lot of these things, and they're all part of it, but I'm going to tell you the best way, okay? And this is where we get to week 3 and 4 of the training in A's on You, and that is your first Amazon page. So you can see we set up in the UK, we show you how to set up in the USA, we show you how to navigate your Seller Central, whether it's in the UK or US, we show you how to create and craft your Amazon page. Now, the secret is to be only slightly better than your competitors. Look at this hammock listing. Do you see anything wrong with it right here? Okay, what I see wrong with it is that it's got 4 rubbish pictures. The top 2 pictures are the same, and the bottom 2 pictures barely even show the product at all. And it's kind of ugly. It doesn't quite show the value of the product. So what you want to do is look on the top of Amazon for your competitors and think, can I be slightly better than my competitors? Then you want to look at the title. Okay, so let's look at the title here. Outwell, Miramar, Hammock, Summer, Unisex. That is one of the worst titles I've ever seen. At least it just didn't say Hammock Unisex. But what you can do here is you can vastly improve your listing by making a better title and making better images just based on the 2 listings we've already seen. So how do you do that? This is the formula to making a perfect title. So if you're taking notes, make sure you take notes. First, you put your brand, then you put a keyword. So for example, my hammock brand, hammock, right? That's the keyword. Then you put a hook. You say, this is the safest and most comfortable hammock on Amazon. And then you say keyword plus keyword. So for outdoors, for children, like assuming those are keywords. And then you end off with a guarantee, your satisfaction guaranteed 30 days or your money back. All right, whatever. Okay, so that is the title. That's already a lot better than the previous title, which was what? Outwell, Miramar, Hammock, Summer, Unisex. I mean, they're trying, but it just sounds terrible. Okay. Now we want to get to the crux of it, image improvement. This is where you can really stand out. Now look at this product right here. We found this product, it's a hammock, and it's vastly superior to the previous one. You can see it's got a bag showing, it's got the rope showing, it's got a high definition picture with all these creases that you can see in the hammock. It's got action shots. These are all huge elements of having a winning listing, okay? And these are the listings which you can actually copy and use the same pictures and similar pictures to stand out from all of the other rubbish competitors. And right here, you can even stand out from this one, for example, by adding people into your shots. There's no people in these hammocks. Why aren't there any people? They need to have people in the hammocks. So you can already see that even the best listing I saw can be improved upon, okay? Now, I want you to go into the value here. We're talking about getting ranked on Amazon, and the way Amazon do that is by looking at these things. So let's pause for a moment and look at what we just covered. Amazon, and this is the secret, guys, okay? Amazon wants to rank the pages that perform the best. That makes sense, right? So you guys were saying the title, the sales velocity, the keyword search. All of that stuff is important, but it's about performance. Amazon, at the root of it, they want more sales. And if you have better pictures, better titles, and you get more sales, Amazon will rank you at the top. Now, sales isn't just sales volume, because people can fake that, or you can lower your price. It's not just about sales volume, it's about sales value, okay? So if your product is selling at a higher price, but you're getting less sales, you'll still perform better. And for that, you need to have the better listing. So do you think right now you're able to look at your competitors on Amazon for whatever product you happen to be finding or researching and think of 1 or 2 ways to make the listing better, just based on the things I taught you in this webinar, even if you didn't take any training, just improving the title and a couple of images? Do you think you are now able to look at your competitors and think of a couple of ways to beat them by making yours better? I hope so. So let's kick it off. Now that you've analyzed your competitors, okay, you've seen you can actually add an extra photo or 2 at least, and you have a better title with a more attractive benefit using the formula that I just gave you, you're already way, way ahead. So let's look at how to actually kickstart the sales with one powerful method to get your first few sales. Now, the first sales come in week 5 of the A's on You training, which is the sales avalanche. This is where we're going to be getting your first reviews, we're going to be getting Google traffic and bestsellers and handling negative customers and all this awesome stuff. And Michael J. Sharman has said in our Facebook group, in our Facebook community, I know I posted earlier on in this week, he's always posting successes, but there appears to be a sales avalanche happening right now. So this is week 5 that he's referring to. The method we're going to learn in this webinar is the best method. Okay, so how does this work? You search, and it's not very clear, I apologize for that, but that says best hammock, which I searched for in the listing, okay? And these are the results which I found. Now look at this. The top result for best hammock is not even a hammock. It's a sleeping pad. So what do you think? If you optimize your page for best hammock, do you think you can outcompete a sleeping bag with one review? Who thinks they can outcompete one review with a non-related product? Of course, and it's what we do all the time. And that's why we've got these keywords, best this and best that, ranking number 2 for all these keywords. And you can see we're consistent with these ranks, and we've got hundreds of these. This is why we love this technique. And obviously we're giving it to you in this webinar because it's one of the most powerful ways to optimize your page and get those first few sales. Now, let's talk about the best. Does it make sense that people are searching for the best product? You've probably searched for the best something before, haven't you? I mean, I know I have. Most sellers on Amazon, however, are far too humble, to their own detriment, to ever say that their product is the best. They think there's a problem with saying it. So if you simply plug in this special keyword into a few key locations on Amazon, you will fly up the ranks for that keyword and overtake those #1 spots for hammock and things like that. Now, is that something you can do? Can you optimize your page for the keyword best? I think so. And if you can't, this is how you do it. Okay, optimizing your page. You simply put it in the title, the best hammock. You put it in the description, the best hammock. You put it in the bullets, the best ... and you put the best in all over your listing. Okay, so you don't even have to be talking about your product. You can say, if you want the best hammock experience, then you can purchase this today. So you can put it in there without actually saying we are the best. Okay, so I hope that is making sense. Now, from here, it just all snowballs and it gets much, much easier. You already have the perfect product chosen. You've got suppliers ready to ship your items, and your product is getting its first few sales with a couple of these techniques. Now, are you ready to scale up your sales and start to make some serious money on Amazon now? Let's look at the next month of the Amazon timeline. That's where we're going right now. This is the grow phase where you scale your sales and you reinvest for profits. This is month 3, and this is where we're going to take you with our training. So this is where we're growing the Amazon business. You scale your sales, and we're going to learn the secret to quick scaling, and we're going to reinvest. Oops, sorry, I lost that one there. We're going to reinvest, and that's how you scale up even faster. So in week 6, you learn the top 1% module. This is where you're going to master your numbers. You're going to do email marketing. You're going to do product value hacks, long-term ranking strategies, and so much more. Now, the best way for fast and easy sales is a technique that we like to use, which I'll just outline here. First, you do a coupon giveaway on Facebook. Okay, you offer a coupon for your product, which is very easy to do in Amazon, and you offer it on Facebook to relevant traffic. You combine this with a price discount. And then on top of that, those two things combined give you an instant boost in rank and sales. This is a huge technique to scale sales and rank, and that leads to tons of organic traffic. Okay, this is something that Michael Sharman did. He said he did this Facebook ad funnel, and his BSR went from 10,000 to 2,000. He skyrocketed to page 2. And although he's only selling a couple of units, because he's flying up the ranks, that's going to increase more and more and more. The next thing you can do to scale your sales is automated Amazon sales. This is really, really easy to do with Amazon. Amazon has something called Amazon Ads, and to create a campaign, all you have to do is put your campaign name in, the start and end date, your daily budget, which can be £5, £10, £20, whatever you want, and you just select automatic targeting. And look what it says. Amazon will target your ads to all relevant shopper searches based on your product information. You don't even need to put anything else in there, and it will automatically be advertising your product for you and getting you sales. Now we come to the reinvest portion, because you're getting tons of sales. You're going to get payments direct to your bank, and you're going to get those emails saying Amazon has paid you directly into your bank. These are the emails you're going to get addicted to. I promise you, it's amazing fun when you start getting them. And now is the time to reinvest for growth. So you buy new inventory and you just can keep selling. And now you can take your products to new markets. You can go from the UK market to the European market, to the American market, and Amazon are opening up more markets all the time. And you can then add new products and just keep going. If you've learned the process once, it's rinse and repeat. This is a skill you're developing for life, and you can just keep adding new products and keep going. And from here, it just gets easier. If you think that this last month, month 3, sounds the easiest, you wouldn't be wrong. The hard work is in the early stages, and you've already gone past that now. You've already chosen the best product, right? Do you think, having gone through that original hard work, you can actually rinse and repeat this for easy growth? Now, do you think after the first time you've done this, this process just gets easier and more fun? What do you think? You think it gets more fun after the first time you do this? Of course, the first time is always a little bit harder. So what do you think? You think it gets more fun and easier? We found that by adding future products, it just got easier and easier and easier and more fun. So let's look at what we covered today, okay? In our brief time together, we've only had 40 minutes to an hour together. We've tried to cover 4 years of experience based on this timeline where we can put everything we know into just this quick, simple, easy to understand structure, so you can see that it's possible to build this business. And of course, Flavius, it's not going to be as easy as I'm saying, but I'm trying to show you guys that once you know how to do this, it's literally following the timeline forward, and that's it. Now this information is yours, okay? This information is yours forever. And although it may be hard the first time you build this, it gets easier and easier and easier as you get better at it, right? Of course, as you practice a skill, you get better at it, and it just gets easier over time. So you now know this timeline. You know that you've got to start with training, and that's probably the most important step, because if you miss that out, it's a lot harder to actually do this. Then you have to research the perfect product. And again, we've covered a lot of information about that because it's the most important step. And then everything just snowballs from there. You get the supplier, which sends your product to Amazon. You build the Amazon page. You do a few techniques, plug and play to get your first sales. And then you scale your sales and reinvest. Okay. And you can see the line of your profit just goes up in month 3, and it doesn't ever dip below 0 again. So you can start paying yourself a wage and earning real money on Amazon. So you learn why training is so important, how you can go so much faster with training. You can protect your investment because you have specialized knowledge. You learned that you can remove the risk of failed products. And you learned the product selection criteria for research has to be small and light, price between 15 and 30 pounds, 50% profit margins, which you can calculate, the higher BSRs for demand, the low reviews for competition. Just in the product research section alone, you're learning so much. And by the way, if you guys have any questions, I will absolutely answer you at the end. I'm going to stay here and answer all of your questions. You also got an email template to get easy supplies. You can copy and paste this template to send. You can easily contact and reach suppliers, and they'll be responding back to you with offers. And it was embedded with the lingo and the psychological tricks to get cheaper orders and higher quality supplies. There's a lot of value in there that I didn't quite explain. Of course, in the main course, we explain it in great detail, but I'm just giving it to you here without the explanation because we didn't have time to fully explain it. Now, when it came to the Amazon page, you learned that the keys to standing out on Amazon are about the photos, about the title, and about optimizing for the best keyword. Okay, you can easily jumpstart your quick sales by using these techniques. You learned the way to stand out by being just a little bit better, the perfect title formula to stand out, how to have better images than your competitors, and we talked about a few ways to do that. You learn how to use the best keyword technique for easy, quick ranks. You learn where and how to optimize your page to use this technique. And this is all in month 2, where you've gone from being in the minus because you've invested in training and inventory, and you're starting to make some sales. Now you head into month 3, and the money just keeps going up, and you scale your sales. Now there's a big dip here because you're reinvesting. But you can see the size of that dip is about a 2,000 pound dip, right? So you're buying a lot of inventory there, and you're just scaling up. So you learn how to scale quickly with the secret to quick scaling. You learned that you have to reinvest so you can scale up even faster. You learned a technique to use outside traffic, which I quickly went through. You learn how to scale your sales and grow. So this is the timeline again, Flavius. I've put the timeline up here so you can screenshot it. So feel free to copy this timeline. This is the timeline that we covered. Okay, so answer me this now. Do you feel a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more confident with the timeline moving forward now with your Amazon business? Let me know in the chat box if you feel more comfortable and confident knowing this structured step-by-step timeline and the way we broke it down. Let me know. Were you happy you came to the webinar today? I'm happy I did the webinar. Rishi says yes. Awesome. Awesome. Robert says yes. I'm happy. I hope you've learned loads of things. I mean, do you realize the advantage you now have by utilizing the techniques we laid out during this timeline? Audie says yes, more confident. Barry says definitely. Think about it. The competitors that you're up against, they do not have a timeline. They do not have the product research criteria. They don't have a sales template, an email template to send to suppliers. Miguel says this is all awesome information. Ernest says yes. Flavia says I don't see other people's chat. Yes, the chat is private. Shimmy can perhaps make people's chat live, or we can put chat live. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll do that another time. But Rob says, thank you. I enjoyed. Kev says, yes, definitely one of the best webinars. Awesome. I'm so happy that you guys liked it. We'll probably try and do this one again. Now, can you see yourself using what I showed you today to help grow your business? What do you think? Barry loves my English. Awesome. And if you used even a fraction of what I showed you today, would you say your time was well spent on this webinar? And potentially, would you like to spend more time together going even deeper and further on how to build this Amazon business step by step so you can create a real passive income and achieve your financial goals? What do you guys think? Would you like to go further and go deeper and have me help you with my beautiful English language accent, help you build this business? Awesome. Robert says, yes, I would. Amazing. So I had two choices when I started this. I knew that in 4 hours, it would be hard to explain this entire timeline. Even 1 hour was impossible, okay? One webinar just simply isn't enough to explain everything in this process. And it's literally just the tip of the iceberg, what we've shown you today. Now, if you like this, you're going to absolutely love what we have for you. And you know we've been talking about Azon U, so you know what's coming. Now, if you want to go further today and grow and build this business and create the life that you want, then listen up. Because when making this, I had two choices. I could either share this timeline information and make this a free webinar and just, put it out there and leave you guys to your own devices, part ways, go about my day and enjoy the sales from my Amazon business, go out and see some friends tonight, which I'm going to do because I'm going back to Portugal tomorrow or in a couple of days, and part ways, okay? I could do that. Now, choice two was to take an active role in your success, an active role in your Amazon business, and actually try to make it happen for you, to try and help you get this business. I could take responsibility for your success and give you something that would help you grow and help you make this business happen and change your life, right? I could start by creating an evolving relationship and bring you in to the Azon University tribe, right? And that would make success all but certain in your life. So of course, you know what I chose. I chose option two. And when you'll see what's in store for you, you will be very, very happy that I chose option two and I chose to share the Azon U with you. So it's with great pleasure that I introduce you formally to Azon University. This is the 6-week training program to earn your first 3K plus monthly passive Amazon income. That's what I want for you guys. This is a step-by-step training program to create your own online business so you can quickly and easily earn 50K per month from Amazon and enjoy it more than you ever thought possible. So this step-by-step 6-week Azon University training has every single step of this Amazon business and timeline handed to you, so you don't have to think. You just copy what we say and do, hold our hands as we walk you step-by-step through building this business. Okay, so that's what we've got for you. In week one, you'll get the product research techniques, so you're never stuck with ideas, and everywhere you look, you'll be brimming with ideas. That should say brimming with even more potential winning product ideas. In week 5, you'll learn the sales avalanche techniques to fly past competitors that have been there for years. So you can easily compete on Amazon and build a profitable passive income business as a complete beginner. In week 6, for example, you'll learn how to take your business global and add even more value to your personal Amazon brand so you can turn this into a lifelong business that you can sell, you can pass on to your family, you can bring in a side income while you travel and enjoy your life, which is my favorite way of doing it. When you have this skill, it is yours for life. Now, anytime you have a product idea or think of something to sell or want to sell, you can easily set it up on Amazon and build a passive income from just that product whenever you want. You can share this wisdom with your family, your friends, your children, or just keep it to yourself and have the knowledge to build a profitable physical product business on Amazon whenever you want. Okay, this is just 2 months of UK earnings with enough profit each to quit jobs. This is 8,000 profit per month, and that's 17,000 pounds of revenue. And here's 29,000 pounds of revenue, which is about 14,000 profit, take-home profit per month. This is huge and life-changing. When you sign up, you'll also get our worksheets, templates, and action steps so the entire business can be plugged into your life with little to no figuring it out. This makes it much easier than ever to get started, even if you're completely non-tech, you're a complete beginner, okay? You get email templates to get suppliers and many more than we've given you in this webinar. You get all the right questions to ask, something we didn't cover in this webinar, so you're never stuck finding or communicating with suppliers. And you could skip all the hard work of communicating and negotiating and just copy the work we've already done for you, okay? You get all of our templates for copy, for the copy on your Amazon page, photos, ads, and so much more. So this business is as easy as copy and paste, and you can take advantage of the years of trial and error we already went through, so you can build the business in a fraction of the time. With these templates, with these checklists, with these action steps, you'll be able to easily build this business, and you'll have all the resources to rinse and repeat whenever you want. Now, you'll know the next step at every stage of the business, the next step in the timeline, so you can leap into action and move your business forward. This is 2 months, as you've seen. And it's just amazing the profit potential that is possible on Amazon. Now, when you arrive, you also get a warm and welcoming mastermind community with weekly strategy calls. When you sign up to AZONU, you'll join a friendly, welcoming community of Amazon sellers and enjoy a lifetime of support, motivation, and guidance from close friends and potential partners that will become a family that you'll never forget. And this is where me and Shimmy interact daily. We come together every week to talk strategy, answer your questions, and help you move your business forward so you always have the support you need to grow your Amazon business. You can share your goals, be held accountable, so important for sticking to your word. And when you achieve success, you have an amazing group to share it to, so we can always join in your wins and motivate you to keep growing. Now, as a part of the AZONU family, you'll have a lifetime and support and friendships from successful Amazon sellers that you can always stay connected with and come back to whenever you want. Now, you'll be surrounded by a winning community that will always be there to help you succeed. You'll join Nelius Gribben, who says, good morning, he needs some advice. He got his first sale last week. He's had no more sales since, and guess what? We helped him get more sales. Bobby Singh, who also just made his first organic sale and is thanking us in the group. Richard Chapman saying he didn't share his listing, but he's made his first Amazon sale yesterday. Kay Stewart said product research section is amazing. Laura, who says she's listed her first product on Amazon and is working on getting sales and reviews. We've got Robert in this webinar as well, who's saying he's on week 5. This is a huge, warm and welcoming community that are just waiting for you to join the family. Now, this is just a small piece of what you can get, okay? The type of information I shared in this webinar is a tiny portion of what AZON University members get, which is our highest training package for Amazon training that has produced over 500,000 per year for just one of our students, Barney, if you ever met him, okay? If I were to price this at what it's truly worth, I wouldn't have any issue asking you to invest £20,000 to join AZON University right here and now, because I know you could make it back within months or at least a year. And even though $20,000 for this can certainly be justified, I'm in the business of making insane deals that are so unfavorably in my customer's advantage that it's just silly. Now, to have us coach you for this business, it would cost you £10,000 at least with all the sessions added up. And we don't just coach anyone either. So it's unlikely you'll even ever get an offer like that. But with training, you get lifetime access and you have this skill for life. So you could build businesses into the six figures. You can sell the businesses if you want. You can start all over again. You can earn millions over time. This is absolutely huge. Now, we're going to do better than this price. We are going to, we're happily charging this much for coaching already and training already, but I want to reward those who act boldly and immediately, because those are the types of people I love to do business with. Now, if you sign up with the next 48 hours, instead of 10,000 or even 5,000 pounds, which would be truly such a good price, it's ridiculous, you'll be able to get access to everything that makes up this wonderful program we called Azon University for, get this, it's just $697 when you go to https, very secure website, azonu.net/go. That's where you can sign up for just $697, which comes to something like £490. So just a shy of £500. You can sign up now at azonu.net/go. Now let's talk about some bonuses that you get when you sign up. When you sign up to Azon University at azonu.net/go, you'll get the Conversion Crusher course, which will teach you how to write high converting titles, bullets, and descriptions so you get more sales than competitors and create lifelong growth in your business, okay? You're going to get the templates, the formulas, pre-written bullets and descriptions so you can easily copy and paste my best written copy, my best work. You're going to get it, and you can plug it directly into your Amazon account and boost your conversion rates in seconds. Now, the real secret to writing copy is to write emotional stories within your descriptions. Now, I won't tell you about it here, but when you sign up, you'll learn exactly what I mean, and you'll get tons of examples and templates to copy right into your Amazon pages. Now, you'll be able to copy the most high converting copy into every one of your Amazon products for the rest of your life, and you'll know that no matter what you sell, it will perform better than your competitors who don't know this stuff. You'll be able to reuse this high converting copy whenever you want, and starting new products to grow your income will be easier than ever because you've got everything templated out and done for you, okay? Now let's look at the conversion rates of online shoppers by device. This is in 2016. So I just want to show you that we actually can get you the best conversion rates, okay? Now normal tablets and traditional computers and smartphones, they're maximum 4-5%. No, there's no 5. 4.5% conversion rates, okay? This is average online shopping conversion rates. Now, what do you think we are able to get with our Amazon pages? Here's some examples of what we're able to get. 19%, 24%, 20%, 22%, 19%, 16%, 25% conversion rates. This is the secret to lifelong sales. You remember what I said when we're talking about improving and getting ranked? How does Amazon choose who gets to the top of Amazon? How do they choose? It's based on the performance of the page. Who do you think Amazon is going to let people see the product? Okay, it's going to be the people who get the best performing pages and get the most sales. Miguel asks if you're Portugal and selling in the USA. Absolutely, and I'm actually living in Portugal now. As long as you have a Wi-Fi connection, I know Portugal does. So to get your hands on this Conversion Crusher bonus, simply go to azonu.net/go and get started right now. That's how you can get access to this bonus, okay? Now, bonus 2, Pro Photo Profits. This is the visual element of six-figure sales. When you sign up at azonu.net/go, you'll also get this next bonus, Pro Photo Profits. Photos are the way people interact with your product online. They can't touch it, they can't smell it, they can't drop it on their foot or hold it in their hand. So what can they do? Okay, they can look at the pictures. The pictures can transform your listing into a real, vivid experience for your customers, or they can put a look of disgust and discomfort on your customers' faces. Which do you think is better? Which do you think is going to improve your success on Amazon? Now, when your pictures can force the customer to imagine owning the product, that's when your conversions skyrocket, and we all know how important conversion rates are, right? So when you grab this bonus after signing up at azonu.net/go, you'll learn how to take the best professional photos without ever having to hire a photographer. So when your customers come to your page, they think they landed on a world famous brand and they instantly imagine owning your product. You'll learn how to take high quality photos on a budget using just your smartphone, and you'll learn a few cool tricks to create a mini studio at home out of cheap materials so you can take the highest quality photos, make you stand out from competitors. That's stuff you'll learn in just this bonus alone. Now, the biggest advanced technique we teach in this bonus is the storyboard technique. I won't explain it here because it's a little bit complicated, but when you sign up, you'll get this technique and you'll immediately see how powerful it is to completely transform your physical product business. Now, you'll be able to make your products look like they are a worldwide famous brand and transport your customers into your world so they imagine owning and using your product so much that there's literally no choice for them but to purchase your product over your competitors. So let's look at what you're getting so far. You're getting the bonus Conversion Crusher course and bonus 2, the Pro Photo Profits course. But bonus 3, you get the ultimate guide for finding winning products. You get the biggest challenge of beginning students was finding these product ideas, okay? That was the biggest challenge that we found people had. So we created a specialized course. We sell it separately just for finding product ideas, and we call it Prime Product Winners, okay? When you sign up for A's on You today, azonu.net/go, you get this for free, okay? You'll learn how to find an almost infinite amount of product ideas in your idea factories, and you'll know exactly what that means when you dive into the training. You'll never, literally never run out of product ideas, and you will be constantly brimming with potential product ideas at all times. You'll get our unique selection criteria for winning products broken down in more detail than we even covered in our main training. So if this is something you're stuck on, this is where we really, really help you. You'll also get all the tools, the templates, and cheat sheets for finding products in our favorite categories, which we also tell you, and managing all of your winning ideas. You'll get an exclusive bonus training as well that we only did once for a private group that we revealed, where we revealed 3 product winners that we spent the previous few weeks researching and vetting ourselves, and we've just handed them over to you while at the same time explaining how we found them so you can easily follow the same process and find your own winning product ideas. Now, you'll be able to find products whenever you want, wherever you go. You'll be brimming with so many ideas, you won't even be able to do most of them, which is our biggest problem right now. You'll now be able to pick the absolute best product to sell on Amazon, and you can easily move forward confidently. Now, remember we had to calculate the profit potential of your new ideas? Well, don't worry about figuring that out for yourself, because as a part of this bonus, you get the entire spreadsheet for free, which, by the way, also included an order profit calculator, so you know exactly how much money you're going to make from your orders, and it tells you how much cash flow you're going to get, and it breaks down all of the costs, so you know exactly what your profit margins are moving forward, and you can grab this bonus at azonu.net/go. So let's look at what you're getting so far. You're getting the Conversion Crusher course, the Pro Photo Profits course, the Prime Product Winners course, and you get the library. Now, the library is your ultimate resource for new and advanced Amazon training, something we've recently added to the course because we need a place where we could add extra content as Amazon changes and new information comes into play. Now, we've already added an entire course into this library. It's called the AMZ Scouts Honors Program, and it's something we did because we worked with AMZ Scout for a little bit, and we still are working with them. This teaches you how to use the amazing research tool, AMZ Scout, with our Amazon training to find the perfect winning products, okay? In the library, you'll get up-to-date information in case anything big changes. So you know you'll always have the best and the most recent content, and you'll have lifetime access to this. So as it grows, your investment becomes even more valuable over time. And if you have any special requests for any extra content, we can create it for you. We can add it to the library. So over time, this section becomes the perfect resource for anything you ever want to learn about building an Amazon business. That's why we created the library, and that's what we've got for you today. And we're going to keep adding more content, courses, and bonuses into this section, and it will keep on growing as we keep learning new things and share it with our students. So now you have somewhere to go to get fresh new content and new bonuses for a lifetime. If you ever need special training, and you can request it, and we'll add it to the library, and we'll always grow in this section and improving it so you have the best content forever. Just going to take a little sip here. Then let's look at what you're getting so far when you sign up to azonu.net/go. You get bonus 1, the Conversion Crusher course, the Pro Photo Profits course, the Prime Product Winners course, and the library, which is a lifetime of Amazon training. And guess what? I've saved the best bonus until last, of course, because when you sign up to azonu.net/go, you're also going to get, in addition to the Conversion Crusher course, the Pro Photo Profits course, the Prime Product Winners course, and the lifetime of Amazon training in the library, you're also going to get us. That's right. You're going to get personal guidance and support unlike any other training course that we've done. You're literally never left alone with this training. You can always email us on a dedicated one-to-one coaching email address, and we will give long and detailed answers to your questions. Okay, this is direct one-on-one coaching via email. We can only offer 15 of these right now. Unfortunately, they take up too much of our time to actually keep offering too many of these, so we have to keep lowering the amount we offer. So we can now personally help you succeed if you're one of the first 15 to take action. If you've already taken action, then you're in. When you sign up to azonu.net/go. This is 4 months of personal training. Now, we saw how much people struggled in the first few months of building this business, okay, and starting this Amazon timeline. So we decided to take an active role in your success and make it all but impossible for you to go down the wrong path. We added this personal coaching knowing it would take up our time and our effort, but the rewards of having students with successful businesses would pay off down the line. Of course it would. Now, you can use this mentoring to help you find the perfect winning products. You can message us privately with product ideas and we'll point you in the right direction. We'll tell you exactly what you're missing and tell you if you found a potential winner, because now you have a real mentor on your side. You can ask us for marketing and growth ideas, or just use us for some motivation and direction if you're ever stuck. Now, with us in your corner, you will have accountability, the guidance and the mentorship, so we can personally hold your hand and all but guarantee you'll be successful with this training. So when you sign up today at azonu.net/go, you'll be given the secret coaching email address where you can reach us directly and introduce yourself, ask your first questions, and get help with your first steps to building this Amazon business. And this is the closest we could ever get to partnering with you and becoming a personal advisor and mentor in your business. Now you'll have our help at every stage of the process, and you won't have to rely on just our step-by-step training. You can contact us directly at any time and get our personal help on any questions you have, products you're looking at, ways to grow the business. Now you're literally not alone in this business if that's something you were afraid. Now look at our insane guarantee. This is where it gets really crazy. When you sign up today, just know this, whether it's 29 minutes from now or 29 days from now, if you ain't happy, I ain't happy, okay? So for any reason or for no reason whatsoever, if you want your money back, you can get it, because I only want to keep your money if you're happy, okay? All you have to do is email us at azonunihelp@gmail.com and tell us, give me my money back. And guess what? You got it. And before you know it, we usually respond under 24 hours or less. In a few hours, you got your investment back, okay? So you can only make such a guarantee like this when you're confident that what you have is the real deal. And I'm confident that when you sign up at azonu.net/go, you're getting exactly what you need to build a profitable passive income business on Amazon and completely change your life for the better. So again, if you have questions about this, let me know in the chat box. If there's something stopping you from signing up, let me know, because this is a 100% guarantee and your investment is completely safe. Now, what if you don't take this training? Knowing that you have this rock solid guarantee, so you can even just test it, you can check it out for yourself before deciding if you want to keep it. Knowing that and still deciding to try and go at this alone without training, what might that look like? Okay, I want to give you a little bit of warning. So based on many stories, previous students I've spoken to, people I've met in meetups, over the phone, here is the failed timeline. So we've learned the successful timeline in this webinar, but what will happen if you try and go at this alone? So let's look at this timeline. The first 4 months, you're probably going to be researching because you didn't invest in training. So you don't know what you're looking for, okay? So the first 4 months, it's going down and down and down, okay? You're just researching, you haven't got anywhere. And I've heard of people who are researching for the first year, but I'm going to assume that you're going to get a product in the first 4 months. You then invest in a supplier and you start building your Amazon page, but you probably invest a little bit too much. So your investment is down to 1K. And again, it takes months and months and months because you don't have everything laid out properly for you. So it just takes extra time. And I've seen people spend months on their Amazon page and it still doesn't convert. So again, you're at month 8 now and you're still building. Now, finally, in month 9, you might get to your first sales. Then you start reinvesting. And this is actually when people begin training in month 11 because they realize, okay, we need training. And you know, this is where it goes down. And then you can start to scale sales by month 12. So that's crazy. I mean, let's just compare it. This is our timeline on the left compared to the timeline without training. Now, which would you choose? Month 3 of getting extremely high sales, or potentially month 12 where you may not even make any sales at all? Okay, so check this out while I answer Audie's question. Audie asks, is the personal coaching by phone or email? And as Shimi has said in the chat, and if anyone else wants an answer to this question, it's by email. It's impossible to do it over the phone, and it wouldn't be as valuable over the phone because you would most likely forget everything that you've said, everything that we've said, and we wouldn't be able to spend that much time with you. You'd have to keep talking to us. The good thing about email is that we can look at your question. Let's say you give us some product ideas, and we can go and research the product it is for you, come back, write a detailed response in the email, and then you can go back to that email forever. Versus over the phone, you call us, tell us about your product, we give you a half-assed answer because we don't actually know, we don't have time to research, then you don't even remember what we say, and you're just still stuck, okay? Email, we found, is a lot better to actually guide people to success. Barry Burnett says you're in. Awesome, Barry's just signed up. Welcome to the course, Barry. So Barry is gonna be heading on this super fast timeline, month 3, heading into 3K and beyond. And if you haven't signed up yet, then just be warned, you may be researching for the first 4 months, and it may be 12 months until you even get a sale, if ever, because who's going to motivate you? What group are you going to be in that's going to help you? Who are you going to ask your questions to? What if a supplier scams you? What if you don't make any first sales? What if you research the wrong product? You've got to consider all of these questions if you're not taking any training to begin with. So let's look at what you get, okay? This is everything you're getting today when you sign up to azonu.net/go. We got the 6-week Azonu class and action tasks. And Samed, I'm going to answer that question in a minute. We got the Facebook mastermind group and weekly Q&As. We got the bonus 1, bonus 2, bonus 3, which we went through. We got the library and 15 only of the 4 months of personal coaching. And all these values are based on either the product that we've sold before, the months of coaching is based on how much our coaching actually costs, with a total value of $6,758. And you get all of this today at just $697. Samad asks, how are you so confident about this? So the reason I'm so confident about this is a great, great question. And that is because I've seen, painstakingly, I have seen people say, I've been researching products for the last year, or I've tried to get a supplier for the last 2 months, and finally I've just got my order. And guess what? It takes about a month for the products to get from your suppliers to Amazon. So that's 3 months, okay? That's if they did it right, and that was after I helped them. I've seen people spend years procrastinating on many of these things. I've seen people choose the wrong product and spent the next year paying for over extra charges in inventory costs because they can't sell them, right? So they have to pay for long-term storage fees. So I'm confident about this because I've seen how people have failed in their personal timeline. And with our timeline, I've seen our students hit those numbers within 3 months or less, time and time and time again. And that is why I'm confident, because I've seen it happening over and over and over again, okay? Let's look at some usual questions we get, because we're getting questions in the webinar right now. And I just want to answer some usual questions that we get. We've been teaching Amazon for quite a while, and we always seem to get the same questions again and again. One big one was, how long does this business take, okay? And that's what we covered quite in depth in this webinar today. However, many of you right now are still listening to this and you haven't signed up yet. So you may be getting ready to sign up, or you have a question that you need answered before deciding. So let's just address these common questions right now in the short time that we have left together today. And I won't take up much more than 20 minutes of time just because I need to go soon. So I'm just going to try and get through as many questions as possible. Okay. Let's talk about the investment. I get it. This is not chump change. Okay. It's a serious investment for serious people because we have a serious offer here to change your life for the better. And let's be clear, if the price tag is your primary concern, let's be honest with one another, guys. Okay. A lot of people who say they can't afford it, well, you know, dishonest is a nice way to put it. I just call them liars. And I don't want to be rude, but I mean, people do have the money. Let's be honest. You know, it's well-intentioned, but liars nonetheless. If you are sat there saying, Josh, I would only buy it if I could afford it, then really you need to listen up, okay? Because what we have for you today, you can get started for just $697. It may feel like a lot. However, let's say that instead of having to invest $697 in this program, you found out that you needed a life-saving operation by tomorrow night. And the price of the operation, let's just say, was $697. What do you guys think, Morella and Audie? What do you guys think if you had a life-saving operation by tomorrow night and the price of the operation was the same price as of this course? And I will answer your questions in a minute. I'm just going to get through this big question about the investment that I usually get. This is the most common question that I get, okay? Now, would you just say, oh, I can't afford that, I'll just die? Of course not, right? So let's get rid of this myth of whether or not you could afford it, okay? The real question is, are you willing to do what it takes to make this investment happen, okay? Or are you not, right? Or, as you sit here, I only see two options that you have. You have option one, which is to do nothing right now. And as Aristotle put it, say nothing, do nothing, be nothing. Doing nothing doesn't just leave you with the problem right now. It actually makes the problem worse the longer you do nothing, okay? So that's not it, okay? You know, and I know that what is right in front of you right now is the right thing to do, and that is option two. So just do it. I mean, yes, the money might be tight. Yes, this may be a stretch. Yes, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone a bit, okay? But where do you think all the growth will come from? It comes from getting out of your comfort zone. And that's why you need to quit lying to me, and more importantly, quit lying to yourself. Just do what needs to be done. Get the money together. Make it happen by signing up at azonu.net/go right now so we can quit wasting time and get down to business. All right, let's get down to business. Let's build this Amazon business for you. Mirella says, how much do I need to begin? Okay, and Audie says, please clarify the course process. Let me answer Morella's question. How much do I need to begin? So obviously the training is $697. And then, as Shimi said, $500 to $700 for stock, but it could be much less. With the example that we used in the webinar, hammocks, there are many sellers on Alibaba that have a minimum order quantity of just 5 units. So how many does 5 units cost? $50, okay? So you could technically start this business with $50 in inventory, because what you do is you use that $50, you put your 5 hammocks on Amazon, and you sell each one for $30 or whatever it is. You make a bit more profit. You now have $100 or $70 or whatever in profit, and you now buy a bit more inventory. Then you repeat that process until you're buying hundreds and hundreds of units, and the profit that you're making is dwarfing the amount that you need to reinvest in inventory, and you can pay yourself a wage, you can go traveling, you can take time off, you can do whatever you want. So it's really not about how much you need to begin, but how soon you want to begin, because you can begin again with $50. But as Shimi says, the way to actually get started big time properly with a real order of units, you'd need maybe $500 to $700 for a real full order of 100 units. But again, many products, you can order 10 units or 5 units just to get started. Audie says, please clarify the course process. Are we guided what videos to watch when? Is there a timeline of when to get the steps completed? Audie, 100% yes. It's 6 weeks, so you're guided step by step through each week. We follow the timeline exactly. So by month 2, you'll be doing all the things that you need to in month 2. In month 3, you'll be doing all the things you need to in month 3. And every single video is chronological, and it takes you step by step through the process. And of course, anytime you need to, you can contact us on the coaching or in the group, in the Facebook mastermind, and you are in, okay? And that's the process. So it's very, very step by step, and it follows the timeline that we went through in this webinar as well. Okay, now you can go faster, you can go slower, because we're always here to help you. But yes, we 100% follow this timeline. So when you get started, you'll get immediate access to week 1. So when you sign up already at azonu.net/go, you'll immediately get access to week 1, which is the product research, the product profits, section where you can start researching product ideas and find your winning product. And that's how you can get started. It's completely chronological. Samad asks, is this course for Amazon UK or USA? It's both. Anywhere that have a Wi-Fi connection, you can work this, okay? We started selling from the UK to the USA. Now we sell from all over the world to the UK, to Europe, to all over the world. It doesn't matter where you are. You can sell this in any country, from any country, okay? Now let's talk about if you can afford it, if you do have the money, okay? Before we get into that, let's just answer Audie's question, because she's on the webinar right now. Do we need a business name and website to start? No, you don't need a website and you don't need a business name. Okay, the only thing you need to do is sign up to azonu.net/go, because that's where you can actually learn to start finding your first products. You don't need a website forever. You never would need a website. Amazon provides you with the page, and you don't need a business until several months in, or the second month in, because you won't actually need to set that up. But we show you exactly how to set that up in the UK and the USA. So yeah, okay, absolutely. We give you the exact steps to start that. You don't need a business name or website. Barry says, I've seen the schedule of works in order from week 1 to week 6 and looks very good. Looking forward to getting started. Awesome. I'm so excited for you, Barry. Take care. Have a good evening. And we're going to keep going on this webinar for the next 20 minutes or so, the next 10 minutes. Okay, so let's talk about if you actually can afford this. For those of you who haven't signed up yet, but from a financial point of view, you feel comfortable knowing you can make this investment without worrying about the cost. And the real question you have is just about time. Money, you see, can be replenished, but a minute gone is gone forever. So I know that this is a real problem. You want to know if you have enough time to make this work. Okay, that's a really important question. Well, the only thing given to each and every person equally in this world is time. There's nothing so evenly and fairly distributed as time. So to paraphrase Seneca, one of my favorite philosophers, it's not how much time you have, it's what you do with the time you have that matters. So here's what I want you to do, okay? If I can show you how to do this and save time, have more free time than you currently do, would you sign up then? So let's figure out how to do that. Here's what I want you to do mentally right now. It's a little exercise for you guys to do right now. Make a list in your head of the 3 things you do consistently to try and make money on the side or make an extra income. Just think about what you try to do. Going to webinars like this can be one of those things because you spend time doing it. Now order them from the most effective to the least effective, with the least effective thing being number 3. Can you picture what that activity is? What is that activity that you're doing that is the least effective in making money? Okay, Audie just said I'm in. Woohoo! Audie, welcome to the crew. Welcome to the family. I'm really, really excited to have you. Okay, now let's get back to the exercise. I want you to take a big red mental marker and scribble that thing out, okay? Scribble that thing out that you're doing, whether it's writing articles or asking questions on Facebook or doing whatever, scribble it out, because in its place, you can put Azon University, because what you're doing right now is not getting you to where you want. And sorry about the spelling mistakes, guys. I mean, I put this webinar together pretty quickly for you guys, okay? Now, if you know for certain you could earn a passive income Amazon business with your very own line of products on Amazon, would you wake up 15 minutes earlier, 5 days a week, or go to bed 15 minutes later? Because really 30 minutes a day is all you need to make this happen. That's all you need to get started, and you will get started when you go to azonu.net/go right now, because it is time right now. And the less time you have in your life, the more time this will save for you, okay? So if you're still waiting on this, let me know if you're having any trouble. Let me know if you're having trouble signing up, if the page is not loading, probably getting a lot of people on there. So let me know. Always just come in. I'm so excited for you. So we've covered the investment and the time, and we've showed you that anyone who is serious about starting this timeline and building a passive income business on Amazon, that they can actually really make a go of it. What matters now are the following questions we usually get. The first question is, can I do this from something? Lisa has asked us, is it truly possible to do this from anywhere in the world? The good news is yes. If you have an internet connection, and it doesn't even need to be a good one too. If you have an internet connection, a good one is the best. There you go, it's done. I've personally worked from the beaches of Vietnam. I've worked from the mountains of Thailand. I've worked in the cafes of Portugal, where I currently am staying. I'm actually in London at the moment, but I'm still living in Portugal technically. And I've worked from remote towns in Eastern Europe. I've worked from all over the world. And this is actually one of the best selling points, because you can do the part-time work from anywhere you want. Isn't that just incredible? I mean, how cool is this business? That is why no matter where you are, you're going to go to azonu.net/go and get started right now, because you can do this from anywhere. The next question we get is, how technical do I have to be? Okay. Richard has asked us in the past how technical you have to be to make this business work, because as he puts it, he is a caveman when it comes to anything computer related. Trust me, I know my fair share of cavemen. Okay. Well, listen, Richard, I have good news for you wherever you are right now. Do you have a smartphone? He did have a smartphone at the time. Do you know how to work it reasonably well to get what you want out of it? He did. Well, I bet you didn't even have to read the instructions to make that happen either. This is what I said to him, okay? You didn't need instructions. Well, that is how simple Amazon is. And that is why, unlike any other thing you've tried online, this is the opposite. I think that's actually why more average people are succeeding here who have never succeeded at anything in business before in their lives. Not only do you get over-the-shoulder instructions for every step of the process, but it's just so easy, okay? It's so plug and play with Amazon that you'll get this faster than you ever thought possible, and your success starts at azonu.net/go, where you can go right now and sign up. Now, the next question is, why do they do it? This is a really good question, actually. I got from Rick a while ago. Why do manufacturers want to sell to us when they could just sell directly on Amazon themselves? And this is a great question. And the short answer is they just do. And as a side point, my uncle asked a similar question today, because he's thinking of selling something in the US. And he just said, why don't the manufacturers just sell it direct? And I explained to them, it's just a different business. They have a business model of manufacturing, and they would rather manufacture the products and supply retailers instead of handling the retail side of the business. This is just how the world works. There are retailers, there are manufacturers, and they focus on production while you can focus on selling. And their attitude is basically, I'll deal with you and you deal with the thousands of customers that you get as a result. And it's an incredible way to make money and do a business. And you can get started right now by going to www.azonu.net/go. So I hope that answers that question for you. Now, we don't give up. You know, this has helped so many people in the past. It's helped people from all walks of life, especially those who find themselves in real tough financial situations. People write to us telling me falsely, like they're just lying, that they'd only do it if they had the money. And I know they have the money. And after some nudging, it turns out that they actually did have the money, or they could pull it together even though they were going through financial hardship, and we didn't give up on them. And the reality is there's no other way to change that financial situation than just to figure out a way to make it happen. I know it's uncomfortable, guys. I know it. And it's especially uncomfortable if you have to ask someone to put the money up for you. But would you rather suffer that discomfort, or would you rather suffer the already terrible financial situation and just let that get worse? Now, I'm the last person who likes to pay interest on a credit card, okay? But when we started this business, that's exactly what we had to do. We kept putting money on the credit card, and that extra wiggle room of capital made all the difference in the world. And I found that people either have the resources or they have to be resourceful. And I also found that it doesn't take money to make money, because if it did, I'd still be stacking shelves in that supermarket for less than £10 an hour, okay? And I wouldn't be here right now. So it doesn't take money to make money. You have to become resourceful. If you have the resources, I'm sure you will sign up at azonu.net/go right now. But if resources are tight, it's time for you to be resourceful. Now, I'm not asking you to buy a franchise here, okay? A McDonald's or Starbucks franchise can cost several $100,000 if you meet their requirements. That's beyond most people's grasp. But $697? compared to those several $100,000 of starting a brick and mortar business is nothing compared. You can do it if you want to. And the truth is, the more resourceful you have to be to get signed up, the more resourceful you will likely be to make Azon University work for you. Audie asks, my husband and I will work on this business together. Is there a way to share access with him? Absolutely. You can just share your password with him. We let couples and partners join in together. We're not going to make you pay twice. That's completely unfair. So absolutely, you both get access to the university. So let's quit beating around the bush, guys, because I'm not going to give up on you. So I don't want you to give up on us. So go over to azonu.net/go and get started right away. Now, a lot of people say it's too competitive. Sarah's asked us in the past about competition. What if everyone starts selling at the same time or selects the same type of products? Won't that ruin the opportunity? Now, this is a very, very fair question because it presupposes that for someone else to make money, you won't. And the wonderful thing about this business is it's not a zero-sum game. Now, while it's true, if you cut a pie into 8 pieces and someone takes one, that just leaves 7 pieces for the rest of us. However, Amazon is not a pie. In fact, as you've seen, Amazon is getting bigger every single day. And Samad, this answers your question. There are far more buyers that eclipse the new sellers coming in, and creating more competition on Amazon is like trying to drain the ocean with a teaspoon. You can't create more competition on Amazon because it's growing by hundreds of thousands of sellers per year and billions of dollars in revenue. There's no more competition. Okay, if you think there's competition, you're right, but it's not on Amazon. There's plenty to go around on Amazon. The real competition you have is with you. Samad asks, is the chance to succeed on Amazon business achievable now? Because I think that the competition is too high. Now, Amazon, like I've just said, and it's very good timing to ask this question because it's a very common question that we get. Amazon is growing by billions and billions per year, and there's more and more sellers all the time. You're not competing with the other sellers because there's plenty of money to go around. The real competition is with you. It's the competition that you have, Samad, between the goal you set for yourself at the end of this year and what you need to do to make it happen. And what an awesome competition that is. You can't imagine how that changes things. Just think about that change in mindset right now. When you engage in a competition with yourself to be the best you can be with what you have, then that's when you succeed. And the best you, Samad, needs the best training. And that training can be found at azonu.net/go. So go ahead and sign up right now and get started with that training, okay? Now, there's the famous myth of tomorrow. And this is where it comes to the heart of the matter, right? When you get down to it, most people have a tomorrow myth, I call it. This philosophy of life that is so broken and so twisted. And it's why most people end up completely broke at retirement. This tomorrow myth, philosophy to life, is completely tragic. People say, when I have money later, I'll decide to do this Amazon thing with you. People say, people say this, but that's like kind of saying when you're ill, when I get better, I'll start to take medicine and live healthy. Just think about the logic there. When you're not well, when you're sick, you don't start taking medicine. You say, no. When I get better, that's when I'm going to take medicine and live healthy. It's backwards. It's like saying, when I start making money, that's when I focus on building wealth. It's the other way around. You have to start now building wealth, even if resources are tight. You have to be resourceful and find a way to get the money and get started. Life doesn't work that way, okay? You've just been waiting for that tomorrow for way too long, for your whole life, and it's just not working. If you let yourself keep waiting for this tomorrow, we might as well bury you right now where you stand, because it's action that creates the result, not waiting. You can't wait for this result. You have to take action to get the result. You say, Josh, when I have more time, I'll do this. Okay, just stop, please. I've heard this so much, it's crazy. When I have more time. Be thankful of the little time that you have right now, because that squeeze, that little time that you have between work and bed, between bed and the morning commute, between the time you have for lunch, that will force you to make the most of the time that you have to put into this investment when you go to azonu.net/go. It forces you to focus on the few vital things that make the most difference, because you don't have the luxury of wasting time anymore. Okay, if you're saying when I have more time, that is actually an excuse of wasting time. You know what really limits people? And this is what really gets to me. It's not time, it's opportunity. There are 7 billion people in the world. And in my life, I want to help as many people build a business that they can live off so they can do what we're doing, traveling, enjoying life, even teaching and coaching people and inspiring people. It just gives us so much joy. And that is my goal in life, to be able to share this. Now, I'll probably miss 6.9 billion people though. Okay, and my true calling of helping people start an Amazon business from scratch, it won't even get to the ears of most people on this planet. So the best time is now. Most people will go their whole lives without even having the chance to decide to say yes to this. Not you, right? Not now. You have the chance to say yes. You do have this opportunity now. It's not about not having time. It's not about tomorrow. It's about opportunity. And now is the best time. Whatever time you have is more than enough to get started and make a serious go and a serious success at www.azonu.net/go. That's where you can sign up to Azon University and get lifetime access to the program. So let's look at what you get when you sign up. You get the 6-week Azonu class and action task valued at $14.82. You get the Facebook mastermind group and weekly Q&As and strategies, which we didn't even go into that much, but there's so much value you're getting. That's valued at $497. You get the bonus 1, which is the Conversion Crusher course, valued at $497. You get bonus 2, Pro Photo Profits course, valued at $265. Bonus 3, Prime Product Winners course, valued at $265. The library, which is a lifetime of Amazon training, valued at $265. And 15 only, which I think there are a few more left. I think there's a few left, yeah. 4 months of personal coaching, valued at £3,984 based on how much we charge for coaching, a total value of $6,758, which you can just get for $697 when you sign up to azonu.net/go right now. If you have any final questions, let me know, because we're going to close up, okay? Now, a lot of you may be thinking this, information isn't enough. So I want you to imagine for a moment, right now, it's your first day of high school. It's the first class, and you're eager to learn. You're ready to learn. Your teacher walks in and thumps a big, fat book on your desk and says, read this, and then walk out. Now, imagine this happened with every single class, with teachers telling you, this is what you've got to know. I'll be back in time for your final exam. Now, if that were the case, none of you would even be on this webinar today, because you'd still be failing to get through high school. Information is powerful, but on its own, it's not enough. You need more than just information. You need tools. You need community. You need accountability. You need mentoring or coaching. You need Shimi and I alongside you for the next 4 months while we build this business and go through this timeline with you. That's what you need. Information is not enough. If you're going to make this Amazon business happen, you'll need all of those things. And once you make the first step by signing up at azonu.net/go, I'll immediately take the next 10 steps on your behalf by giving you weeks of training, personal coaching, tons of helpful bonuses, and a thriving community of successful Amazon sellers to help you go about owning this business. Now, Samad asked, do we need AMZ Scout for product research? It's a great question. You actually don't need any tools, and we do recommend it in the program. They can help, but you don't actually need any tools in the program. They can help, but you don't need them. All you need is the resources to actually sign up and to be resourceful to sign up right now. That's all you need, because again, we take the next 10 steps on your behalf. You're asking questions, Samad, at the perfect time that we seem to be answering them on the presentation. Now let's look at a few excuses that people have, money or excuses. They're the only two options that I think is possible. I discovered that you can be good at making money or you can be good at making excuses, but you can't be good at both. So I want you right now to pick one. Which one do you want to be for the rest of your life? Do you want to be really, really good at making excuses, or do you want to be really, really good at making money? Let me know in the chat box. Which one do you want to be good at? Making money or making excuses? Excuses are something that are sometimes hard to recognize until they're brought to the surface, okay? So let me help you see the excuses that might be in your head that people use to stay poor. Excuse number one, I can't afford it, okay? Classic excuse. If people gave up because of money, we would still be in the Stone Age. Money is not the problem. Money didn't even exist in the Stone Age. It's resources, okay? Resources isn't even the problem. If you don't have the resources, you need to be resourceful. You need to create the resources. In the Stone Age, they created the resources that led to wealth. They didn't start with money, so it doesn't matter if you can't afford it. Okay, you need to be resourceful. You need to pull it together, put some money on a credit card, get some money from friends and family, tell them you'll pay them back in a month or two. And trust me, people ask for money all the time. It's not embarrassing, especially if you promise to pay them back. It's very normal. You have to be resourceful in this time, okay? And do you consider yourself resourceful enough to make your passive income business a high priority in your life? Or is the excuse greater than your desire to change? I'll know the answer depending on whether you sign up or not at www.azonyou.net/go. Now, Ian Mohammed says, why the price of training went up? The last time I checked, it was $500. No, we've never sold it at $500. We've sold it at £500. It was £497, which equates to around $697. Okay, so that's probably the discrepancy you've seen there. We've sold it to pounds because we've had a UK audience. That was £500. And now we're sticking to a dollar amount just because it's easier in the system if we just keep everything in one go. So I hope that answers your question, Ayan. We did actually increase the price of training at one point to over $1,000, but we lowered it back down because we want to give people more opportunities to actually get started. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that's something that helps you get started right now. What's another excuse? People say, I don't have enough time. It's a classic excuse. I don't have enough time. What that says to me is that you don't want to take on the effort of how you're currently using your time, right? So what do you have going on right now that is currently better than the effort to change it? That's currently what you think. Right now, the things that you have going on is better than the effort that you want to put in to change it. And you and I both know that that's not true. But if your excuse is greater than your desire to change, you've just imprisoned yourself in a life of mediocrity. Yet if your desire to change is greater than your excuse, I will know because you'll sign up at azonyou.net/go. Then I'll know that you've overcome this excuse. Excuse 3, I'm afraid I'll fail. So this is a big one, the fear. This is probably the biggest one of all. Whether you realize it or not, often other excuses are just the shields for this big, fat, subconscious excuse that lies deep under the surface. Okay, this is a huge one. Now let's look at this excuse. I get it, okay? I mean, I've been afraid before. It's always scary to go out of your comfort zone. And the easiest thing to do is the thing that you've always done. But guess what? You and I both know that if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. And that's just not good enough. Now, I know you're worried. I know you're thinking, what if I screw up? What if I make a mistake? What if I do something wrong? Okay, it's classic. I have some news for you, actually. You will always do something wrong. You'll keep making mistakes all the way to the bank. What would you prefer? To hide behind your mistakes and failures, which is going to happen anyway? Or do you want to face them and make money, heading to the bank and making money anyway? Okay, I'm not asking you to set aside your fears. I'm not telling you to destroy them. I'm not telling you to remove them. I am asking you, though, to make a reason why you should do it greater than your fear. Why do you deserve the wealth that is owed to everyone on this earth, yet so few actually realize? Why do you deserve it? What do you need in your life, and what do you deserve in your life that you haven't yet got? So I'm going to try and help you minimize your fear by helping you stack the deck in your favor at every turn, holding your hand while choosing products, starting the business, and growing it so your fear is but a foreshadow of an old memory. However, I want you to declare right now that your fear isn't going to keep you poor. Declare it for me right now and say it for the world to see right here in the chat box, or say it to your wall, or say it in your head. Just declare it. I'm not going to let my fear keep me poor. This is huge. Now, whether you've posted in the chat box or you've said it to yourself in a whisper, that you won't let your fear keep you poor for your entire life. I want you to think, now that you've said that, about your why. Why are you doing this? Do you have a family to stand up for, a life to lead, a world to see? Make your why greater than your fear, and take the first step towards your new journey by going to azonyou.net/go right now and starting this right away. Just having some water. It takes effort to make that first step, and I understand that. I've always had that funny, weird, buzzing sensation before I buy a new investment that's going to help my life forward. And like skydiving, jumping out of a plane, as soon as you've leapt forward, you realize that it's the most blissful, beautiful experience you can ever have. And if you don't feel that, we have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So your money is completely safe. Now, it all somehow comes back to the investment. It's always about the money sometimes, okay? So I want you to think about this. Burn your cash. Because what is money? It's certainly not the paper it's made of, unless you want to burn it to stay warm, okay? There's little value in money except what you can exchange for it. Your hope is that you exchange it for something better than keeping it or spending it on something else. Am I right? Let me know in the comments. Is this true? There's little value in money except for what you can exchange for it. So here's what I know. You need to exchange your money to improve your life. So how can you feel more comfortable exchanging it for Azon University than something else or nothing else? What do you need to know for certain to feel confident to make this exchange? And I'm genuinely asking this question, so let me know in the chat box. What would make you feel confident to make this exchange right now, today? Okay, and I'm going to have a little bit more water because I've been speaking for almost 2 hours. So let me know in the comments. What would you need to know for certain to feel confident to make this exchange? Still got people who haven't signed up yet. So if you're on the fence, if you're thinking about this, this is the moment where you tell me what you would need to know for certain to feel confident about this. That's what I want to know. And of course, if I can't provide it, then I won't be able to provide it, and you just won't want to buy, and that's fair enough. But if it's something I can provide and you're serious about building this business, then of course you should sign up at azonyou.net/go, and we can get started building this business for you today. Okay? Now let's just finish the webinar because my throat is starting to really tickle and hurt, and I've got a flight to catch soon. So I've got things to do. So let's just talk about what you get finally before we close up this webinar. We've got the 6-week Azon U class and action task. We've got the Facebook Mastermind group, the family of Azon U, and the weekly Q&As. You get the 3 bonuses, the Conversion Crusher course, the Pro Photo Profits course, the Prime Product Winners course, and a lifetime of Amazon training in the library. And you also get 4 months of personal coaching valued at $3,984 with a total value of $6,758, which you can get for just $697 when you sign up to azonyou.net/go. So I hope you enjoyed the webinar today. We're going to close off right now. We just had another student sign up. We've got a few more people coming in. So to anyone who's signing up, we're going to be sending out your first introduction emails, and you're going to get access to the private coaching email address. This was a really, really fun webinar. I'm really, really glad I was able to provide this value for you, the timeline. I just hope this helped anyone who's still on the call. And thank you so much for coming. I'm really, really excited for the people who signed up, and for the people who have not signed up, you still have some time. We usually have 48 hours to keep the offer open, so you can sign up at azonyou.net/go. Thank you so much for joining us on the call. And this is Josh Morris on behalf of Shimmy Morris and Azon University. Take care and have an amazing night. Ayan, see you soon. Richard, take care. See you soon. Everyone, Audi, welcome to the group. Barry, welcome to the group. Samad, welcome. Awesome. Okay, take care, everyone. Bye, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.